we've had so far?
Sure. This is going to be from the last session and a half because I didn't actually mark where the session changed happened. All right, so they're taping occult symbols drawn in blood to the walls. What? My understanding was no tape on the walls. They're using painter tape. Oh, well, they're considerate cultists. How could you tell they were afraid of the light? The GM said so, dude. When I saw it was real sunlight, I was thinking that might be relevant for vampires. Let's put murder hornets in the pancakes. You get the idea that she's talking about tracking more than just her kids with their cell phones. I turn around and stick my phone in the microwave. Once you leave, I'm pissing over everything until I run dry. Context not included.
No, they never are. For the context, you have to listen to previous sessions. So, all right. So last episode, we did a break-in into Karen's office. The office manager, who was never in the office, they lured who they thought was Karen into a pancake dinner at Steve's house or Steve's condo, and had William, another deviant who is in the condo and also has some grievances, playing the role of the one who's definitely going to sue. Meanwhile, Steve and Tamsin were doing that. Sol and Benji were breaking into Karen's office to try to find some information, some dirt about her. Mostly they found pictures of her family, and the fact that there is a file that is not accessible or copyable from her drive, or from the network, and that there doesn't seem like the building is particularly profitable on the paper that they're actually using. But found out about, got a list of current and former employees, including Gene, who was the maintenance guy who figures into Benji's backstory pretty importantly, as well as a disgruntled sales rep. Yeah. So today is Monday, July 6th in the morning.
Different world. Sorry. I will
eventually we'll catch up with and pass the game timeline, as we always do, because games always take longer than real life.
Well, I know we kind of had a plan before. I think it involved contacting some of the disgruntled employees. Am I right?
It
Yes,
doesn't sound familiar, but even if that wasn't the plan, it sounds like a good one anyway. So yeah. I'm willing to call that the plan.
Yeah, we had a list.
Yeah, you guys had a list in the sense you had some aspirations that you set for yourselves, based on what you thought you would want.
I mean, an actual list of names.
Oh yeah, you got an actual list of names.
But yeah, I think I want to start with the disgruntled sales employee or whatever, the real estate person that got the boot when the company switched hands or whatever, and refused to play along with their shenanigans regarding this building. But I nominate not me to
Oh.
call them because I'm an asshole.
I guess I wanted to talk to Abby, apparently.
There's also another piece of information that you're remembering is that Gary Cruz, who is the personal trainer of a couple of you, or personal trainer and like someone you know at the gym, is going to be moving in with his wife and their 3 daughters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We have to stop that from happening.
I'm going to assume that any client I have scheduled for personal training Monday morning after 4th of July weekend is, I guess, either going to be really for it or canceled, depending on what I did that weekend. But even if I don't have any clients, I'm still going to try and go in and talk to them, just casually.
Good to see you. Ready for
Hey.
some a heavy workout this morning?
I mean, some. It looks like my 8 a.m. canceled, which, I mean, I'm not surprised, but
Yeah, mine too. I think there was some a little bit of bottle flu going on there.
yeah, maybe they'll reschedule. So, how was your weekend?
Oh, busy. Oh my gosh. Between like the parade, well, that was interesting.
Yeah. Real.
We weren't close to that particular action, but we did hear about, or I heard about it afterwards. But yeah, fireworks, kids up too late, getting grouchy. Oh my gosh. Yes. Busy time. Plus we're like getting ready to move and it's so much work. Just getting everything packed up and like cleaned up so that we don't get like lose our deposit and such.
Oh, really? Where are you moving to?
Well, actually, moving to Serendipitous Gardens. It's
Really?
right, like really close to the gym. It's and we're actually buying rather than renting, which will be a good step up for us. And I mean
Have you closed, just out of curiosity?
Yes, but it's going to be a few days before we can move.
Oh, well, it's totally non-reversible at this point.
I don't know why I would reverse it. I mean, they've got a heck of a deal. Oh my gosh. Like it just like an entire, I don't want to get too personal about the specific financial stuff, but it was way less than we thought we were going to pay. I mean, we've been living in this 2-bedroom, or this 2-bedroom apartment for since Rosalie was born, and it's just not big enough for us at all now. But we couldn't really afford have like a larger house. But this condo, I mean, this is going to be plenty of space for all of us. And they got all these great amenities, so we don't have to worry about like having a Nordic track in the basement or something, eating up space. It's just going to be, it is great.
Well, I mean,
very excited.
Say, bring some cushions for the ceilings. It's a small world. I live in that same complex, and
yeah, I think I heard you mention it before in passing.
Yeah, I'm not going to say too much in the open, but I'm just going to say there may have been a reason you got a good deal.
Well, there's an inspection before we. I guess really, I have to undo the close thing. Sorry, I'll have to retcon the close. We're going to be closing. Yeah, I know. Now I'm giving you an opportunity. We'll be closing the day after tomorrow.
If you can, it's contingent on inspection, right?
Yeah, it's contingent on inspection, obviously.
So
But like, you know, I've been in there and it looks great. Like, I mean, I'm not an inspector, but like,
Which unit are you buying? Which unit are you buying? I mean, there's some good floors and then there's some kind of floors.
well, you know, he gives you, he like actually pulls out a piece of paper where he's written it down, because I'm sure that he's been like getting addresses all figured out, and he hasn't memorized it yet, but he gives you the address. I mean, it's the Joneses condo. I mean, you have the list of
Keep up with
names.
the Joneses, I see.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is going to be
Replacing the
fun.
Joneses.
Yep.
Well, I'm just saying there's some good floors and then there's some not so great floors. I mean, it's like, I swear they totally forgot the sound insulation between my floor and the floor above me. I mean, it's like when my upstairs neighbor has a movie on, I mean, it's like the dancers are right there in my living room. I mean, I could have sworn I heard him getting murdered one night, but you know, he's out there walking around. So just maybe bring some ceiling hangings or something. And I mean, there's like cults setting up in the party room.
Wait, what? You're messing with me now.
No, I swear. 4th of July, we put together a party so that we could watch the parade from air conditioning, because you know, it's just gross outside right now. And I swear, like the room next to us, there are these people putting up these weird symbols in blood. But I mean, on paper, on painter's tape, so they took them down again. I'm just saying.
That was okay.
I'm just saying, if you find anything questionable in the home inspection that would let you call it off, I'm not saying that you should call it off, but
You should totally call it off.
The inspector with a Geiger counter.
Gotta make sure you bring a Geiger counter. Those are standard issue in the Chronicles of Darkness for building inspectors.
Well, good. It should be.
now I found a new character concept I want to play.
the building inspector union, though, man. No.
Building inspector, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a presence plus persuasion. Unless you have something you'd rather use.
He just keeps getting powers from the weird.
Careful, Eric. You are blending into your background.
Your arms have. Occasionally, your arms just disconnect from your body. It's kind of weird.
Got that chameleon power.
No.
All right. Well, I'm going to after this conversation is done. I think I'm going to pick the most chaos-oriented person I know and just see what he can do to that apartment.
Oh, not me. Okay.
Well, I mean, you're like serendipitous chaos, where you're good at wrecking situations. Noel's character is probably very good at wrecking places.
Definitely.
It's the difference between social sabotage and physical
Yeah.
sabotage.
Yeah.
I
If I was gonna wreck
definitely
a first date, I'd call you.
definitely think that Noel is the
Probably
person to
pretty good
be
at wrecking a place.
fucking
You
with
don't
this
really
condo.
Yeah.
power.
No.
On it.
Whatever you can do to make it fail inspection.
I can make it radioactive.
He has a kid. It's really cute.
3 kids.
He has 3 kids. 2 of them are really
Yep.
cute.
2 of them are really cute.
One of them's 12, that therefore not cute anymore. Is that it?
Hopefully not the one I
What would
didn't.
Paradise Blossom think?
Oh.
Yeah, making reference to another game, by the way, that there was no Paradise Blossom in this game.
Yeah, it's not my character's goal to just accumulate as many children as I can throughout the games. It's like not like I'm playing orphan Pokemon, or I guess her dad's alive.
Orphan Pokemon.
Gotta kidnap them all.
There we go. I'm playing Robin Pokemon.
Robin Pokemon. Steal from those parents who are rich in children and get them to wait. What?
No, Batman Robin.
Oh, Batman Robin. Okay, no, that makes sense.
Sidekick Pokemon.
Not
Yeah.
the hood.
Yes. I'm not stealing rich kids and giving them to poor people so that they go broke trying to feed them. 'Cause that would be silly. Whew.
Strangely enough, not your
Indeed.
silliest character concept.
No.
Anyway, rolling dice. That's what they're there for.
Whew.
What are you rolling?
Oh, wait, what am I rolling?
Presence plus persuasion, unless you can persuade me that something else is more applicable.
Wait, who am I persuading? Like Noel's guy to create havoc, or for
No.
him?
No, you're persuading the Gary, yeah.
Yes. Presence plus persuasion, you say.
To call it off if the inspection doesn't.
Well, I mean, even if I fail here, I
8s and up? It's been a while.
This
No,
is
it's-
just planting the seeds.
Is it? Yeah.
What?
7s and up.
I think it's 8s, isn't
And
it?
tens explode. It's
Okay.
8s and ups. Yeah, and sorry.
Exalted.
I played an Exalted Essence game this weekend, so now everything's all screwed up. That, and I'm like currently reading Aberrant, and so like I keep on wanting to call you Novas, and that's not what you are. Very different games, but yeah, it's what I've been reading.
Those 10s?
Those are 10s.
Well, these
What?
explode.
Oh, and they explode. meaning- Wait, hold on.
They're
Explode.
not, yeah, you're not
Explode, okay.
exploding
So 2.
Hold on.
So
I have
so far.
2. I re-roll. I'm sorry. The rules for this and Exalted and like Old World of Darkness are just
They're very different.
yeah, I know.
It's confusing.
I feel the pain.
they've all been played really. Okay, that's only 3. I'm sorry.
Only 3.
Because
Okay.
ones don't subtract in this universe.
Right.
Yes.
Correct.
That was so 3.
Okay.
I've never let him wrong
Ah.
before. I'm very persuasive.
Yeah, clearly. Well, the guy has to eat the earnest money, and anyway.
Well, I mean, what?
Anyway, carrying on.
Pause.
Oh.
Pause. 1 sec. She didn't get cheesecake. She's having an ice cream bar.
Oh,
She can eat a whole ice cream bar.
yes. Don't say half of that.
Sorry. I needed to correct a real life situation before it went weird.
Dessert negotiations.
It's a long
Very
story.
important.
So I'm just saying, I know losing money just really sucks, especially when there's things that we're trying to make happen in life. But in the end, a little bit of lost money now is better than a lot of lost money and pain and suffering and guilt later.
And therapy. Don't forget therapy.
Yes.
Therapy.
Also donating your kids to science.
Yeah.
Donating.
Okay.
This conspiracy
right.
should have had an on-site therapist. That's
Had
what
an
I think.
on-site therapist.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you could probably fill that role very well.
Yeah. Yeah. Who are you again?
Exactly. You have
You don't have to worry
like,
about attorney. You don't have to worry about privilege. About
Well, that's true.
um,
That's true. Whatever is said in this room will not get repeated.
because you won't remember.
Because
it
I
by the
will
time
not
you
remember it.
Not remember it.
Okay. Well, so oh, is that
That's that part of it.
is that scene?
I think that's seen for her. So, what are others doing?
I'm supposed to be calling someone?
No, I'll do it. You're gonna just mess it up.
Oh.
All right. What's this guy's name? This
His name is Brandon Spellman.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm calling him up.
Okay. It actually goes to voicemail. And in the voicemail, he says, if this is about, and he mentions the name of a used car lot, and he gives his work phone number.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll call his work phone number then.
All right. Someone give me a name of a used car lot. Used car lot.
Stewart's Best Deals.
All right. Steward's Best Deals. Brandon speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, yeah, do you guys sell parts too? Or just cars?
We do some parts, but mostly cars.
All right.
But we could get our hands on parts for you if you need parts.
Yeah, all right. Well, listen, my name's Benji. I'm gonna come by later and talk to you about some stuff, all right?
Sure. Any particular time? Just want to make sure that I'm available.
Yeah, 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Okay. See you then.
Right. Great. This is something that I can do.
Okay. Anything else going to happen between everyone before it is time for Benji to talk to the sales rep?
I was going to talk to Abby about the lawsuit stuff.
Okay.
And I'm going to go do a
All
workout
right.
with Gary.
I'm going to do a workout with Gary.
Yeah.
All right. You're not going to miss it. Okay. So Abby is in her usual place, drinking her usual drink.
The gasoline one?
The gasoline, yep.
Yeah.
Abby juice.
Hey, Abby.
From the cup that she was given.
Which one was this?
So like
I don't remember what it said.
I don't remember what it said either, but it had a picture of a cat on it.
It's witty.
Yeah.
And it said something witty.
Maybe it says this cup is witty.
Possibly.
Possibly. Something clever.
And this is just the day after that party thing?
Yes.
That was this night?
Yep.
Hey, good morning there, Abby. How are you doing?
Good morning. Doing all right?
How's your morning beverage going?
It's my morning beverage.
Yeah, so I was mean to ask, and I don't think that we had talked about it before, but what's your actual take on this lawsuit deal?
I don't really want to talk about the lawsuit. It's not really my thing. I would advise against it, but
because I mean, you seem to have been here a while, as far as we remember, and you've had to have encountered some of this stuff as part of your work. Looking at her cup.
I mostly just make sure make sure the residents are happy and just sort of serve as frontline security and occasional Zoom carrier.
So, I mean, are you not joining the lawsuit because you don't see these things happen, or you're against it for some other reason?
You know, this is a really personal conversation, and I'm on work time. Her eyes flick up over your shoulder, almost imperceptibly.
Someone behind me?
There's no one behind you, but give me a wits plus composure.
Wits plus composure?
Yes, it's the standard perception roll. It's attributes.
Both are attributes.
Yeah, it's normal. Thank you.
I'm figuring that out if someone's behind me.
Keep your cool, radioactive man.
Hey, 0 on 7 dice.
That's impressive.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary behind you.
All right. Well, she has. I don't remember who all numbers she has. I'll jot down my number and say, when you get a chance, shoot me a text maybe, or give me a call. Curious to see what your take is on it. Since all this discussion's happening, and you are kind of part of it.
I got nothing to do with it. Give me a manipulation plus persuasion. Unless you have something that you can convince me is more applicable.
0.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I had 2 dice on that one.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's not your strong point.
No.
She's not a nuclear reactor. You can't just turn her off and turn her on. Wait, that's not how nuclear reactors work. You get the idea though.
Search for a switch.
Yeah. So, as I'm leaving, I
I'll
was,
switch.
hey, what'd you think of those pancakes?
Oh, you are going to get her in so much trouble.
I really should. I do have some filing I need to do.
I see.
You guys didn't give her pancakes. You gave those to Karen. She's not involved in this.
Was it?
We definitely
Despite your
discovered it was her.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
Right.
I'm trying to hint that maybe we know that it wasn't Karen. But I'm not very manipulative.
No, you're
Or
really not.
persuasive. Or
Hey, what's your
social.
do you have subterfuge? How much subterfuge do you have?
I have 0 in subterfuge.
Yeah, see, this is not your
Extra
this is not what you're
smooth.
inviting.
Yeah. Well, I made an attempt. I'll see you later, Abby.
Okay.
Well, when I leave, is there a security camera that maybe have been trained on us that I didn't see before?
Now that you were looking for one, yes, there is a security camera pointed right at the desk.
I see.
maybe that should have been something you checked for on the way in.
No, I was just figuring out what she might have been looking at, and there wasn't anything I saw before. But now that I'm leaving, and I can look more obviously, I guess. All right.
All right. So let's see. Benji has had his conversation. Tamsin had her conversation.
And I
Soul has had a
texted
conversation.
Benji to do some havoc.
Yes. We'll get to that soon. I guess, Steve, you haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, I
Morning,
was.
right.
I wanted to go do a thing with Gary.
Okay, you can go
My
talk to
morning
Gary. Yep, your morning workout.
Yeah.
You don't remember him being this rough on you, but then again, you don't remember much of anything.
That's true. I don't. And I also don't feel pain, so
Yeah, I know.
I may not notice.
You just can never get rid of that weakness.
Nope.
All right. Are you trying to do anything other than just get a good workout?
I am trying to see if I can bait out conversation about him moving.
Okay. Give me manipulation plus subterfuge.
All right.
Again, like if you can convince me to do something else, I can do that.
Oh, that is not a character sheet. Character sheet is over here. No, manipulation plus subterfuge is fine. And can I play it dumb? Is that okay?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Resisting the urge to make a snide remark there.
You have a lot of practice in playing dumb.
I have a lot of
If you get to the plot that I wrote out for this, you'll understand why.
Oh no. What have you done to me? Okay.
I'm just saying, if you give yourself amnesia 5 in the game that I'm running.
Almost
You think that
exceptional.
we get
I got 4.
Plot? You're so
got 4?
you
Okay.
believe in us, Eric.
Huh?
You believe in us. You think we're going to get to the plot.
I will admit, I remembered about Gary 5 minutes, well, not 5 minutes before, but after I'd already done all the heavy planning. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot Gary's supposed to be involved, and then scribbled something down. And yeah, of course, that's what you're running with. Oh, that's okay. Then I'll have less planning to do next time, right?
That's my touchdown. I got it.
At least we're not
It is
headed
your
to
touchdown.
Stuttgart.
No.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
You are definitely engaging in the plot. I have no reason to complain. Yeah, just it's not you, it's me. Okay, so you managed to tease out the fact that he's planning on moving to Serendipitous Gardens. You get the sense that he was probably really excited about this based on all of the good, he recites all the good stuff, but there's a little bit of unease in his voice, and he keeps on mentioning the inspection in passing, almost like he's trying to tell himself that it's not that big a deal, but it clearly is.
Oh man, I am so excited for this because I actually live there too, and
really?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. You might live nearby or something like that. You can come and hang out. I got this in my bathroom. I got this raccoon living in there. He is a killer. You are gonna love him. You should see this thing that he does with his tail. It's great.
I wasn't aware that they allowed those kinds of pets. Exotic pets.
No, he's not a pet. He isn't supposed to be there. But
okay.
he lives in the wall, I guess. I don't know. He was there. He's lived there longer than I have, so.
How long have you lived there?
That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question.
Write it down.
As long as I can remember.
Gosh. How long
You
have
need to have
I don't know.
You need to have a little checklist of good questions.
That's a good question.
That's a great catchphrase.
That's a good question.
Now that's a good catchphrase.
Yeah.
Now that I have amnesia.
Yeah. You could start working on a new Amnesia set.
I could if I remember that I was a comedian.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just a rich guy who lives in a house that keeps trying to kill him.
For some unknown amount of time.
Yeah, for some unknown amount of time. Oh, I will advise him though that he might want to get some beekeeping gear, because there, for some reason, there's been you know those big bee things, the you know
Like
the
out of
big
control
bees, the
paper
ones that are out
wasps?
on the East Coast.
Murder hornets?
That's the one. Yeah.
And those,
There's definitely some form of uh of hive in the building somewhere. They keep getting into my
a
apartment.
murder hornet
Damnedest thing.
hive?
Yeah.
Are they even hive creatures?
I'm guessing because they were bees.
Oh, well, I don't remember very much. I just remember they like go into beehives.
You
like,
remember more than me, I bet.
decapitate. Oh, you must have been a gas in the day. It's too bad that contract was revoked.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they like pulled all your movies off the shelves and your stand-up routines off the shelves because it was just really bad for business.
What?
That must have been
Jog
painful. If
my
you
memory.
remembered
Why?
it.
No, why did that happen?
Well, there were these like rumors. We think they're just rumors, but there was like, I don't know. You'd have to. I'm sure there's like you could Google it. I don't really look at the details very much. But I do sometimes research my clients a little just to get a sense of how to get in their heads and how to bring out the best of them.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
Claude is calling you.
To be honest, I've never paid much attention to rumors before. When you're me, and you do the things that I do, people start rumors about you all the time. Can't read too much into it.
Okay, so you're basically just trying to scare the hell out of them with these the raccoon story.
Yeah, and it's slightly true because there was a raccoon in my apartment recently.
Yes, there was.
And
I'm going to go ahead
murder.
and have you. Oh, good Lord. I would say either manipulation plus persuasion or manipulation plus intimidation. And give yourself 3 extra dice because getting him to talk about his situation was so easy that those extra successes should just add additional dice.
All right, manipulation.
Plus, Tamsin is really
persuasion.
set you up for this.
Plus 3. Nah. We don't even have a table, and I'm still dropping dice under the table. Well, that wasn't thrilling. Okay, 2.
Okay, and that was with the three die bonus.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of dice.
It's all right.
Well,
I'll take care
I
of it.
think I did a good job. Even if the dice don't think I did a good job, I think I did a good job.
You did do a good job.
Thank you.
Remember, Eric believes in us.
He might believe that I'm a serial killer, though, so
do.
that's a problem.
Well, that would still convince him not to move there. So, good
Yes,
job.
that's true.
Yeah.
I think it's even more worrying that you don't seem to know that there's rumors you're a serial killer.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. So, true story here. So, when I was just starting to get an idea that I wanted to get myself to have a little bit more internet recognition, because I was starting to get some writing work and wanted to become a little bit more public with that. I had occasion to Google myself just to see what was out there, because I was told that was a thing you should probably do, and quickly discovered that Eric Zawadsky not being a common name. There were only 4 people who were named Eric Zawadsky at the time that I was doing this Googling. One of them is a Canadian comic artist who, to this day, his work is constantly misattributed to me on Goodreads. So I have to occasionally log on to Goodreads and say, no, that's not one of mine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's great. But I'm not an artist at all. not in that sense. One of them was like some engineer in Poland. And then the third other Eric Zawadsky is a guy in New Hampshire who was in jail because he put a toddler in a dryer.
Wow.
That is what we call a Google problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, he was the first hit for like 7
Of course.
the first 5 hits.
Wow.
I mean, the Canadian guys finally has just taken over front page of Google, and I'm happy for that. Like, just confuse us, that's fine, but there's not as much of a push now that I have a little bit more of an established audience. And but yeah, it was just really, really awful.
Just
Right.
first sentence in your bio says, "I've never been to New Hampshire." So, or
I have not been into, and the fact that I'm still able to go to conventions on a regular basis and don't need to be, out of, have to escape from jail to do that is probably good.
Just so long
indicator.
as there's not something new up on Google that, Eric Zawadsky publishes a book called The Dryer Where It Happened.
Ugh. Yeah, not so much.
No.
But in any case, so yeah, sometimes you look yourself up in the Chronicles of Darkness and you're a serial killer. So maybe it's just one of those mistaken identity things.
Maybe.
All right. Okay, so terrifying about insects and other live wildlife in the condo. So what else? Who wants to go next? Everyone has gotten a turn now.
I'll go next.
All right. What you up to, Benji?
I'm gonna take Serafina out and go visit this guy because I want to intimidate him with my car.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun.
Because I have a 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon, and it's amazing. Anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah, gonna drive to the used car lot in my super powerful, gorgeous vehicle and go have a conversation with this guy.
Okay. You have to ask around very slightly. There are not a whole lot of people at this used car lot. Probably like the owner, and I'd say, I don't know, 2 or 3 or 4 salesmen, and probably a mechanic on staff at the moment. Pretty easy to get an audience with Brandon Spellman. He compliments your car highly, and just sort of like, wow, that's really great, and starts talking car stuff that I'm not even going to pretend that I'm able to do.
Yeah, that's okay. I can't do it either, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's for the best. And you go ahead and give me a wits plus drive.
Oh God.
is that a good exclamation or a bad one?
Well,
I'm sure that's great.
Yeah. And I've got
Thinking it's a
9 again on this.
Yeah. This is where he's a Viking.
4.
Okay. You get the sense that he is knowledgeable about cars. Like he obviously this is his livelihood, but you get the sense that there's this is something that's a bit like hasn't been doing this his whole life. This isn't really a passion of his per se. It's just something he's picked up to make a living.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows his stuff well enough, but it isn't the kind of passion that you have.
Sure. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, listen. As you can see, I'm not hard up for wheels, let's say. But I can't drive this everywhere, if you know what I mean. And
Okay.
I need not a beater, but another vehicle. You know, just in case I need to, you know, go somewhere that it would be inappropriate for me to drive this. So let's. And I kind of do a quick glance over the cars in the lot, and I home in on using my, you know, extensive knowledge. Something that I think that will be cheap but reliable and, you know, not a piece of shit. And and say, let's test drive that one. Let's go.
Okay. You're going to test drive the car.
Yeah, captive audience.
All right.
With
Yeah,
me at the
that
driver's
seems like
seat.
pretty good way of going.
Yeah.
Time a little bit. It's not sunrise anymore. Okay. So he's doing his spiel. Again, like he knows enough, clearly is like experienced at sales, but maybe not as knowledgeable about cars.
All right. Well, as soon as we get you know, a block or two away from the lot, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's great and all. Like I'm glad that you got your spiel in order and everything. But I'm more interested in talking about real estate than I am about talking about cars.
Okay, I've been out of that for a while.
Yeah, I know, but I picked up some clues about what you used to do, and I think we need to have a conversation about it.
Okay.
See, I live at a certain building, Serendipitous Gardens.
I'm aware of that. I know that place. I used to work there.
Yeah.
Was
Why'd you leave?
Well, it was kind of complicated. There was some new management. We didn't always see eye to eye. You know, it was really like, you know, I was really good at what I did there, but they just didn't see what I was able to do, and they just cared about metrics that I just wasn't. I don't know. I like to build a relationship when I'm making a sale, not just like, you know, get someone in a building that doesn't really belong there. You know, I don't really like to trick people into buying something, because then they feel used. You know, and I will say that, you know, I miss some of the perks of that particular job, but you know, it has been really nice to sort of put a human face on used car sales.
I asked him, hey, did you ever live there?
No.
All right. Well, that's a good thing for you. Because I figured out why they were so weird about picking their people.
Oh, is this about the lawsuit?
Well, yes and no. It's about the same reason that the lawsuit is happening. See, because weird shit goes down in that building. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of what's going on.
I actually talked to some lawyer. He asked for a deposition. God, good Lord, what the heck was his name? Zach.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
He's Zechariah.
Yeah, he's a great friend of mine.
Okay. Yeah. He knows all about all the stuff that goes on in that building. Like that's like just really his area of expertise, and he's very focused on, again, that sort of personal giving a face to, putting a human face on a profession that you might otherwise look askance at.
So just to make it clear, like, all this time right up until he mentioned Zechariah.
Zechariah, actually, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Benji's demeanor has been, very suspicious. Like our eyes darting around, and very, kind of rough around the edges. And as soon as he mentions him, he just very much perks up, and oh, hey, he's a great friend of mine. Like hey, you're all right. My buddy. And so his demeanor kind of shifts significantly. As the conversation moves along, it kind of shifts back into that, darting around, hypervigilance kind of demeanor. Anyway. So yeah, listen, I'm one of the clients, so to speak, of
litigants, I think is the word, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got to tell you, this is my first foray into legal mumbo jumbo, so it's not usual part of my gig. But I was wondering if there was anything you could tell me about that new management that might tip the scales, so to speak. By the way, as we're talking, my driving is getting faster. Let's put it that way. And like, not noticeably immediately so, but like, it's the kind of thing that's going to creep up on him.
Yeah, a bit of a left foot going on slowly.
And but the thing is I'm also driving very precisely. So it's not scary yet, but it's maybe gonna get there.
Okay.
So I'm subtly putting on some pressure, setting some crowbars to those doors here. In seeing if I can get some information out of this guy that maybe he hasn't told to the lawyer.
Okay. What do you even do with this? Presence plus drive?
Can I roll manipulation plus drive?
Sure.
All right.
You guys work very hard to come up with some strange dice pulls that I have to make you roll. Like half the fun.
Oh my god. Okay, that's 3 10s and a 9, and I have 9 again for drive. So 6.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's like, okay. I'm gonna need to ask you to slow down. Please slow down. When that doesn't immediately work, it's like, okay,
As soon as he starts talking, I start slowing down.
all right. So you really do need to talk to Zechariah. Like, he has a lot of, like, yeah. I know that multiple of the litigants would recognize me because I did work for Gununga Gap very briefly after the transition. And I feel awful about it. That's why Zechariah is involved in the first place.
But why did you leave? What was the reason?
Because of the stuff that you guys are describing. I didn't know that it was happening. And then once I found out, I couldn't keep getting people loaded in. Okay. This is going to be complicated. You're going to want to drive a lot slower.
All right.
Okay, so the building is not just an apartment building. My job was in sales only nominally, but the reason that I did sales was that the prior management was how to describe this. The prior management wanted to cover up the fact that it has other things going on. And you can almost hear a capitalization of the word it. It has other things going on in that building that is what it's really concerned about, but it has to keep up appearances, that it looks like it's just a normal condo building. So it needs people to live there. My job was to make sure that there was a guise, a veneer of
Normalcy.
People living there. Yeah, of normalcy, concealing what was really going on. But I discovered at some point that some of the people who lived there, if they lived in certain condo units, would suffer very serious damage to their souls. That would shatter their shatter who they were.
Damage to their souls.
They broke my soul, those bastards.
Yeah. So what I started doing was started to not sell those units anymore. And it seemed like, it wasn't every unit that had that problem. But there were starting some questions after a while about why those units weren't being filled. And, ultimately, the old management decided that it needed someone else to take to kind of reinforce the work that I was doing. And so that's when Gununga Gap bought it, was arranged to buy it. And I tried to stop sabotage, however you want to describe it, them for a good long while. But, in sales, you can't just refuse to sell something that people want to buy, especially when the deal is so good. And ultimately they canned me.
Got it.
Which wasn't really surprising, but yeah, they're awful people. And so I sought out Zechariah and then explained this to him, and he took a deposition and had some conversations with some folks in the units I mentioned, and is dealing with it because I can't do it from a used car lot, and I don't want the prior management to realize that I'm not working there anymore. I don't think it understands that that I might not actually still be working at Serendipitous Gardens. Must think I'm probably just on assignment elsewhere outside of the building doing my job still. And if it ever finds out that I'm not doing my job, it'll probably come after me, and that'll be the end of, well, all of this.
Kind of sounds like I'm talking to the right guy then. I have, let me put it this way. I'm sorry that I came on so strong. I don't apologize a lot, but I know you're doing your best. But we got to do something about this. And
Zechariah is going to do everything. I
right.
cannot be seen as part of this.
Okay. All right. I got one last question for you then. What is Jean?
Ooh. Jean is what I once was, except instead of hiding what's going on in the building, he exists to protect it, to maintain it.
Okay, so
I'm sure he is still loyal to management.
yeah. So here's the problem. I kind of took Jean's place, I think.
That's not actually possible. I
Well,
don't think.
Well, so there's this room down in the basement in the garage. And
Yes.
yeah, that room.
Yeah.
I got in
I know
there.
the room.
I got in there
Oh,
and
okay.
and it accepted me, I guess. And then it scared Gene
interesting.
off. And I haven't seen him since.
Oh. Okay, that's
But now I don't know what to do. Because I think he's still out there and he's planning something, you know? Because I think he's still loyal to it too, but I don't know how to look out for him. Is there anything you can tell me that'll help?
I didn't think too much of him. He has his routines and subroutines. Assuming he didn't fall from grace, assuming he's still working for management, I think you're right, he'll be back. But if it's more complicated than that, I don't know how he'll respond. If we're very lucky, he'll contact Zechariah eventually and get involved that way. If we're less lucky, you guys have renter's insurance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
They made us
you're close enough to the okay, and you're close enough to the ground that you can like possibly survive a jump from your floor. Probably not. Most of you guys can't.
Well,
I'd be fine.
Yeah. See, I think most of us have some skills now that will help with that.
Oh, well, yes, that is sort of the side effect of those condo units. I'm sorry that this happened to you. And if any of the folks who I sold a condo to, like, tell them I'm sorry. I tried to dissuade them, but just I couldn't. The deals were too good, and management was really on my back the whole time.
Sure. Hey, what's that lady's name?
Karen.
No, the one that works at the front desk.
Abby.
Abby.
Yeah. Was Abby one of them?
Yeah. Abby. Poor Abby. Anyway,
All right. I just was making sure because we suspected, but anyway.
yeah, that has got to be the worst of the apartment buildings, or the worst of the apartments of the condos in the whole building. Like, gosh, the ones who live there really can never leave.
Oh.
Yeah. Her story is not mine to tell.
All right. Well, that's useful information at least. We're trying to get her on our side. But we're trying to be careful about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll talk to Zechariah, but thank you for telling me what you can. And listen, you've got my info now if you ever need to contact me about anything, but I'll try to leave you out of it as much as I can, all right?
Yes, please do. Zechariah is the point person on this.
All right. Well, let's head back here. And listen, I actually do need a lot of parts, and I'll keep you in my my Rolodex. I build cars and fix stuff up and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I don't need to actually buy a car.
Yeah, you're not like trying to fix up a 1954 and you give something. So the parts are a lot easier to come by on a 2018 model.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, we get back and I say, I say, it's not really what I'm looking for. I'll come by again if if I looking for anything that you got on your site here, and jump back into my car and head back.
Oh, they broke our souls.
Yeah, and the whole fall from grace thing kind of stuck out from me.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing is that, to my knowledge, like presence / absence of a soul isn't really like a controlled substance so far as the Olympic Committee is concerned. So
good luck with that argument
Routines and subroutines sounds like
at the hearing.
Are we gonna meet up again?
I think we should.
yeah,
If you guys need to have any more conversations before then, though, certainly do so.
I think the only thing I've got immediately going on is
we
if
need
someone
to
wants
sabotage an apartment, but that's more of a to-do
Yeah.
than a talk.
And
Yeah.
well, some of us don't know about that, and then we don't know in character about that stuff.
Two other things that are on the list for me is you still haven't. Well, it sounds like Benji's going to talk to Zechariah, so I'm sure you'll report your failure. I mean, the results of the break-in, the pancake dinner. There's still. Am I a serial killer? Needing to be Googled.
Yeah. I should totally do that.
Yeah, and
Maybe you should do that before we.
Um,
Hey, maybe we should meet with Zachariah, so we can have this all kind of taken care of at the same time.
That's true.
Cool.
It's also entirely possible that Zechariah and the person you met are alter egos.
It's possible.
Yeah. So
Sounds like
I didn't-
serial
yeah.
killers talking.
I did not think of that, but that's clever.
clever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna Google myself and serial killer and see what I find.
Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead
Steve.
and hey, Steve. Go ahead and give me an intelligence plus investigation or intelligence plus computer. You will get information regardless. It's just a matter of the amount of specificity.
Specificity.
Mm-hmm.
You said intelligence plus investigation?
Yeah.
Or computer? I don't have any of that.
Yeah.
1.
Okay. All right. So you're actually kind of famous. Well, infamous. The journalistic accounts of your wrongdoing or your purported wrongdoing, alleged wrongdoing,
Okay.
are really only in sleazy tabloids. There's not really anything about you in the mainstream.
Okay.
Well, and you find out that there's like conspiracy theory websites. They have like entire like channels or like subforums dedicated to stories about you.
That's not the kind of thing you'd like to see.
I mean, there's all sorts of stories about the trail of dead and missing persons that you've left behind. Five wives. One of them, ranging from a high school sweetheart to some implied dabbler in the occult to a wealthy heiress who, hey, that's where your money came from. It didn't come from your comedy routine. She's dead now too. And there's like dozens of emerging comics, who, they never made it. They never got popular. But, based on the Facebook groups, Steve Powers Ruined My Life, those sort of Facebook groups. It sounds like the MO that is attributed to you was you would go to these comedy clubs in little rinky-dink, little like small comedy clubs and like watch acts. And if you liked the act or that part of the act, that person would suddenly disappear, be institutionalized, die. And all of a sudden you would have that act or that get bit. And it's, about a dozen or so people who are allegedly victims of your particular form of intellectual property theft.
Wow.
And there's a scores of people that just seem to appear to have crossed you in one way or another that just ended up missing or inexplicably dead. It's weird. It's really, really weird.
Just out of curiosity, is there more player curiosity than me? Is there anything in there about the guy from my background?
He is on the one that you've decided must be destroyed.
No, the one who decided that I should be destroyed. The one who sent people after.
Okay. So your second wife was the daughter of a church pastor.
Okay.
And there was that was the church that tried to kill you. Or that that hated you. That's not the one who tried to kill you because you don't know whether that was the case or not. But
right.
That was the church that took great offense to your comedy routine and like made a big stink in the media about, how awful your routine was.
How awful I am.
Religion. Yeah, how awful a person you are. So that was your father-in-law, who ran that church.
By the way, just again another note of more Steve curiosity than Jake. Is there any truth to the notion that I was married before, or is this all gossip?
You're able to get public records that yes, you were married 5 times.
I was married 5 times.
Yes.
Holy
you were married
crap.
5 times. Yeah.
And they're all dead?
I was saying, are
Well,
you
one of
married
them,
to somebody?
yeah, I think,
Uh,
let's see, 4 are dead. One of them is in an institution.
Is that the 5th wife?
No,
No.
that's the 3rd.
Field trip.
There was a divorce at some point.
I was kind of thinking I might need to stop in,
Haven't
but
beheaded
good
him yet,
lord.
have you?
But a lot of this is just rumors and speculation. Other than the wife thing.
Other than the fact
multiple
that
marriages thing.
okay, that is
So
that one's gonna leave a mark.
I was saying, have you ever felt the need to break away the Catholic Church and form your own religion?
No. Maybe according to this conspiracy website, yeah.
So maybe you might actually be Henry VIII, and not a.
right. So you're
That was his 4th wife. That was.
So now you can't help but have a little bit of a suspicion about what your intentions about that one comedy person, the one comedian that you were like hating.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what so go ahead and make me a faltering roll for conviction toward him.
Okay, and that is conviction plus. Let's see, Deviant. Oh shoot! No, this is someplace else.
This is how deviants roll self-checks.
Yep, basically. And in fact, Amnesia 5 specifically says that occasionally there will be revelations that will cause you to falter. All right. So you roll the current trait as a dice pool, so it's just a flat conviction roll.
Flat conviction roll. Okay.
Yep, flat conviction. I suspected it, but I wasn't sure.
Nope.
Okay. So now that your conviction toward that touchstone is wavering, so you lose the dot of conviction, and you can't, you don't get it's not. You just note that it's wavering, and in order for you to regain the conviction, make him as a conviction touchstone, you would need to take some action against him to reassert or reaffirm your conviction touchstone. The other option is to cut him off entirely and maybe pick up a new touchstone, conviction, or loyalty in the near future. Until you do that and affirm that touchstone, you're going to be down a conviction dot.
Okay.
Okay.
Ignorance
So, yeah,
is bliss.
Because you now suspect that you were planning. The reason that you hated him is because you have some memory of that this is someone that you were going to, whose act you were going to steal, and then you were going to kill or disappear that person.
You actually are a serial killer.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hard to say for sure.
Don't believe everything you read on the internet.
Don't believe everything you read on the internet. I will say out of character that there is more to it than that, but I couldn't resist making this as bad as in appearance as possible.
Well, if I take Amnesia 5, you were supposed to mess with me with it.
Exactly.
That is just
Oh
gonna
yeah.
happen.
Speaking of, you had 2 tokens from last week or last time we played. That would definitely qualify as a star messing with you. Can we do a real quick maintenance roll, or maybe not rage roll, but maintenance to just make sure that, did anyone else get anything that you would consider having received a beat, willpower, etc. Since we started here? We're about the halfway point anyway.
I don't think so.
I
Noel got
pursued information about a couple of my touchstones. So
Okay.
at least one from that. I dug for information about Gene, and that might be really useful.
Yeah, well, I think that's your aspiration. It came into play.
There, right. I also
Yeah.
hit the aspiration.
So, and if you have instability,
yeah, I'm clear.
you're clear on that. Okay.
Also, Gary is a loyalty touchstone of mine, so by dissuading him from
Yes.
coming to the building,
that would be.
or is that a beat or is that willpower? That's
no,
willpower.
I'm trying, just double checking. It's been a little bit. There's a thing for this.
It's been a month.
Yeah. The ever classic, like when a developer of a game line doesn't remember, it usually is because there have been several revisions, and I can't remember which one is the one that actually made it in.
Yeah.
At least that's my experience. So I have to double check this. Give me just 1 moment. So it wasn't enough to get the regain all of the beats because you haven't endangered yourself for that per se. But I will definitely say that you can heal a medium instability, medium or minor instability. Tamsin, is he a loyal touchdown for you too? I can't recall offhand.
Nope.
Okay, so it's just Steve. So you
Nope.
can heal him.
Well,
okay.
his touchstone, I think, just coincidentally happened to fit with my background.
Yeah, I remember. I do remember that now. Okay. And all right. Okay. Another thing is, I think that typically the way it works is it's 5 beats per experience. I think given the way that we tend to track them, the length of the games, and just sort of our play style and desire for advancement, shall we call that 4 instead of 5 for this group?
Sure.
So,
Like one per
huh?
one per person, or just
No,
No,
well,
4 per.
Yeah, 4 beats per experience, rather than 5 beats per experience. Because we're, I wouldn't say we're bad at tracking them, but we do tend to get wrapped up in the narrative and not really paying attention.
Yeah. We do.
We're doing more of that than we usually do, but it's still definitely not a 100% thing.
Yeah.
As indicated by the fact that it's been an hour and a half and it's the first time I've even thought about it. But
Is it
it's a fun game.
proactive, Eric?
Yes, if you spent experiences on
So we
something.
earned 2 by my sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So we should, instead of 2 with 0 beats, we should have 2 with 2
Yeah.
to represent.
Well, no, it's not. It isn't even that. It's just that instead of it being, no, you're right, because it's 8
Right. We've earned
instead
10.
of 10. Yeah, you've earned 10, so it's 2 plus 2. Yeah. Okay.
There's-
Whee!
Why is the cat going?
Well, I expected 6. So
You experience 2 beats. Got it.
Just gonna feed her when I went up to see why the kid was
And-
screaming.
Yeah. You were
Working at your aspiration thing did what? Eric, was that the stability healing?
Aspiration gets you a beat. Did you complete
Oh.
aspiration? Or are you just working
you
at it?
wanted to talk to Abby about joining the lawsuit.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay, so that was an
Got
aspiration.
it.
So I'll add a beat to the pile.
I attempted.
Well, I know. It's not always going to be successful. Well, I guess you haven't figured out why yet either, but, you're getting there. Okay, so am I a serial killer? It's complete for now.
I wonder how many times that gets searched on Google.
Am I a serial killer if? What does autocomplete say? That sounds like a fun game.
Top answer is
Oh, that's not right. Now I'm curious. I shouldn't be.
I was going to do it, but I don't think I
Yeah.
will do. Seems like it would detract.
How do I know if I am a serial killer? What if I am a serial killer? That's all that's doing.
Okay.
It's not suggesting actions that would cause you to consider whether you're a serial killer or not. Yeah. I'm a writer. I'm allowed to Google pretty much anything because it's all research most of the time. I've Googled weirder things than that.
Yeah. I think most of the
Okay.
people in this room have Googled weirder things than that.
Yeah. All right. So
Clown bar image search.
yeah, the clown bar.
Oh, bar.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
That one murder clone hotel that's somewhere in Nevada.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry. Please continue.
That's okay. Yeah, for the benefit of the groups, my wife ran a Hunter the Vigil game many years ago, pre-kids, set in Paris. And right before we were planning on having a family, we decided to have one last thing before we kind of had kids, and we knew we wouldn't be able to do a lot of international travel after that. So we went to Paris for a week. On sort of a whim, I decided that we would go visit all of the places that we had visited while we were in this game. And one of them was Le Clown Bar, which is a real place in the 11th arrondissement that is dedicated to the evil clown. And so, yeah, Google image search that one. That'll give you some nightmares.
Wow.
Yeah. There's also a cannibal cafe, which serves steak tartare and other raw foods. Good times.
You're really
All right.
cannibal to bring a cow there, then, aren't you? But
Yeah, it was apparently very well known during the early parts of the feminist movement in France. A very common meeting place for the thinkers of the time. Beyond that, I can't remember much more of the details of it. It's a thing. It exists. Also 11th arrondissement. All right. So, am I a serial killer? Yes. Any further befriending of Abby that's going to be attempted before we talk to Zechariah?
my befriending is kind of a slow burn. So when I get in from work, I'm just going to make sure to say hi and, just chat a little bit about our days, inane small talk, but still that kind of stuff that helps gradually establish a rapport. But it's not necessarily something that we need to play out.
Okay.
Unless
Could
were
you
gonna
go
meet
ahead and give me?
first, right? I mean, before the talking with Zechariah, so we all are up to date on all the stuff we learned.
I'm sorry,
That
what?
could be fun.
Weren't we going to meet up?
Oh, I was thinking we would just do it all at once and
Oh,
fill
so, okay.
Zachariah in on what we've learned. Because
So I guess the people who would know that we need to talk to Zechariah would have to inform us of the meeting.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Okay. Go ahead, Tamsin, give me a quick, let's call it presence plus socialize, or if there's something else you'd like to use on it, you could. This is just to establish rapport.
Trying to find an argument for either intimidation, persuasions. If I point my gun at her, can I?
Empathy would be okay.
If I point my gun at her.
Be my
Turn
friend.
into a cat and hiss at her.
Yeah, there was a joke on the Discord earlier about uplifted cats and how, you know, like you do something once and they love you for it, you do it a second time, and now you're their conviction touchstone.
Flip a coin.
If I did it while jogging in place, could I roll athletics?
Dance up the rope.
Just socialize. You have presence, you have manipulation.
Yes,
I mean-
I have. It's the same for presence plus manipulation. It's just the problem. I socialize is only one, and BSing is a fun way to procrastinate rolling. Oh, that wasn't so bad. 1.
Okay.
Start.
She
better.
She actually hands you a card and says, someone left this for you, and passes you a business card. And then like as part of this conversation, it's Soul's business card. She's written something on the back.
I will thank her for. Oh, thanks for letting me know about that.
Yeah. It says, I'm watched here. I eat lunch I'm eating dinner at, and she gives the name of a restaurant.
Well, guess I have plans for later. And that's why I kept it to inane small talk.
Yeah, rather than trying to get her to come out and talk about shady crap right in front of her surveillance camera.
No, talk about the same stuff that you do with the person. Just, yeah.
Okay. All right. So
just out of curiosity, is the place that she's eating like a Texaco or a BP?
no, it's actually like an actual restaurant not too far away. It's actually sort of a nice, like it's like a small little family-owned Mexican restaurant. Nothing too fancy or exciting, but
Just connected to a Texaco.
Texaco Mex.
I just want to warn you guys, this nozzle is about to go in my mouth, okay? So it's normal, it's okay. If you wouldn't mind holding this and then stopping before it gets to $20, because I only brought a 20 with me.
This is a very serious ailment that she has, and you're just making light of it.
Oh.
Okay.
Mark had to bio.
Okay. All right. So you're going to, who's communicating what to whom?
I'm calling the meeting. Zechariah, make some time. We got some info.
How are you letting us know about it?
Text message?
Oh, okay.
Your ass is over here. I got info.
All right. So you get to Zechariah's office. He's not immediately in the office when you get there. The receptionist says that he was meeting with another client offsite, but he should be with you shortly.
All right.
This is about 4:00 in the afternoon.
Okay. I lounge about. Do I notice anything weird about the office? Like, well, I get the impression from the very unusual conversation that I had with Brandon that something about Zechariah that maybe there's something going on with him that is more than meets the eye, even more than we thought. So I'm just reevaluating what I'm seeing here is through that lens.
Okay, you're wondering if there's something really weird about Zechariah. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, you know, as I think I mentioned, he's one of the newest partners, and so isn't as. But he's been around for a long time. He's good at what he does. Not a really long time. Well, no, he's been around for a long time. Sorry, he's been around for a long time.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you're talking about like, is it someone that is it like Brandon in a Zechariah suit? That doesn't seem like the case. The timing doesn't line up.
I wasn't. I mean, that's a funny theory and all, but it was more like I'm not getting any weird vibes from the law firm or anything like that. Like, using out of character language. Like, there's not a bunch of infrastructure like twigging my senses or anything.
Oh no, definitely not. No, absolutely not. You actually do have the capacity to sense infrastructure. No, it's not twigging that sense at all.
Okay.
It just seems like a normal law office.
Okay. All right. Well, I just thought to ask because I was still kind of coming into my powers the last time I was here.
Yeah.
Well, and I entirely suspect that if they were alter egos of one another, there is no way as characters that we would ever know that. Like, not unless he wanted us to.
Yeah, probably.
Because demons,
they're good at that.
They're really good at that.
Yeah.
He's almost back. He's just arguing with the cat.
Okay, well, that's pretty much what Kaylee does.
Tell him to bring the cat.
Kitty Max.
Poor Noel.
I know.
High pitched squeak.
Leia feels so comfortable in her kittiness in our house now that she sits at my feet at lunchtime when the kids are away and begs for food like a dog.
Oh.
I can go sure that she does in fact have food.
Yes. Yes.
The food can wasn't in the fridge when I went up there to see what the screen was. So either
I fed her.
okay. So why are you checking to make sure she has food?
No, I'm showing her that she has.
Oh. Never mind. He's showing the cat that there's food.
Mm-hmm. Showing the cat the food.
Steve is not looking happy in the waiting room, by the way.
No.
No.
You got some news that shocked you.
That's like the first time we've ever seen you not in a good mood.
I probably don't notice. I'm very carefully looking at Yelp reviews for the restaurant that he's there to see if anybody mentioned like dying or food poisoning or mutation.
No, it's got the usual like mostly not a lot of reviews period because it's a small little restaurant. You get a lot of like, it's quaint or it's like really family food and it's like, people who just really like the fact that it is this like they like the people there. They like the people who run it. And then there's always a couple of like assholes that are just like hating on everything because it didn't have, I don't know, some specific like thing the way they expected it to be prepared because it's, not Chipotle. So.
I got a business card from Abby. Just looked like a normal. She's like, somebody left this here for you in the back. It said, I'm being watched. But I'm going to eat dinner at this place.
Okay.
Yes, that's why there's quotes about Texacos and VPs. So carry on.
Okay. Zechariah arrives, invites you into his office.
Sounds good.
So did you get the materials that we were looking for?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, sort of.
Okay.
We got into the office, but it wasn't as full of super useful info as I thought it would be. Although I did get the rest of that list of tenants, if that helps.
Oh, good. That'll be useful. Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah.
Not everyone is easily found through a reverse lookup.
Right. But we did get information on a new tenant.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you guys ought to talk about that, because I know one of you was going to go talk to that guy. You knew him or something?
I work with him.
Right.
And I think, Steve, you're one of his clients, aren't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't kill anyone. What?
What?
Well, I'm sorry. I was in my own world there.
And your world is horrifying.
Yeah. So what were we talking about?
You were going to kill your trainer? Something like that.
No.
Who your last
No.
break?
I was I was no. I was talking him down from signing on to the thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I warned him. He has it hasn't gone through yet. It's still contingent on a home inspection. And I warned him really intensely that if there's anything that comes up in the home inspection, that he should just run. So I think we should make something come up in the home inspection.
Oh yeah. When is it?
Okay.
I can make that happen.
He said it was happening on
Wednesday.
like Wednesday.
Awesome.
2 days.
2 days. So we have 2 days to create havoc.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No
Probably
problem.
as close to the inspection time as possible, so they don't have time to undo it.
Oh yeah. No. I'll do it while it's happening for sure.
What?
What?
Never mind. Just be careful.
Yeah. Well, I've had some practice now, so.
Do you are you going to need any backup on this, or?
Well, probably, but we'll talk about that.
Hey, Lefty's trying to get your attention. Hey, ask him about his cancer diagnosis.
Who?
Zechariah, his cancer diagnosis. Ask him about it. Try to be as like callous as possible. I just want to see how we react.
Oh God. All right, fine. Okay. Is there anything in the office that makes me think that he might have a cancer diagnosis?
No. Like there's like if there was some sort of cancer diagnosis in his history, he sure as hell didn't bring it to work with him.
How convenient being able to peel off his health history and leave it home. Oh.
All right, I'm gonna try to ignore Lefty for the moment then.
Okay.
Yeah. What was I talking about? Sorry. What was I saying?
You were saying
Ask him about Brandon. Righty says. Ask him about Brandon. He knows about Brandon.
Yeah. Hey. So we ran into. I talked to Brandon. I'm looking directly at Zachariah. He said to go talk to you.
Well, yes.
Brandon.
Spellman.
Yeah,
that's good.
Brandon,
the guy that
Snowman.
used to
Real
sell,
estate guy.
the guy that used to sell apartments at the complex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you know about this guy?
He's the whistleblower. I mean, he's the person that brought my attention to this scenario, and
Oh,
that's when I started doing my research.
did I know that? Maybe I didn't know that.
No. However, when you hear the words Brandon Spellman, like at least two of the others of you, who's been at the condo the longest?
Not it.
Probably
Maybe.
Steve.
Probably me.
Steve's been there longer than I have. That's all I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Steve and whoever was there,
Because I've always been your upstairs neighbor.
Yeah, Steve and whoever was the second longest tenant remembers specifically buying, like having a salesman named Brandon.
We can say me. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe just make it up. It's fine.
Oh yeah. Okay. I remember Brandon. Good guy. A little
Yeah.
weird about my apartment though.
They were
Yeah,
very.
he didn't want you to buy it. 'Cause you had
I
a
mean-
suspicion that something awful was going to happen.
Yeah.
pretty insistent that we had to get, this is the spot, for you. Do you remember that?
What?
Maybe you don't remember that. Never mind.
Yeah.
I just remember he was a good guy who sold me a good apartment very strangely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for less than you expected to pay for it, for example. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not that wasn't Brandon's doing per se, but yeah. Anyway, he's the whistleblower. Please leave him alone. Just don't bother him. Don't bring him up. Like, there's like some other litigation that I don't want to get into, but let's just say that we just do not want Brandon involved in this at all beyond the deposition he's already provided our offices.
All right. Well, still looking directly at Zechariah, I say, well, it's also because he doesn't want the building to know that he's not doing it anymore, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, the building to know?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
You make it sound like the building's alive, or
Well, what is, right?
I wouldn't have thought so.
so.
I'm still looking
Alive
at
with
Zechariah,
Bollywood
like,
music?
right?
I guess
I wouldn't describe it as alive, but I mean, it certainly has some exotic infrastructure within it.
And wants.
Wants? The building itself doesn't want anything. It's just a building. It's a
Okay.
weird building, but it's just a building.
All right. We'll put a pin in that.
Yeah.
one quick question.
Mhm.
What do you think the building wants?
Well,
'Cause-
okay.
I'm
I
assuming
am going to
they
guess
want
not
something.
pancakes, because that took way too much effort if the building wanted pancakes.
The building has a purpose. It isn't actually to house people, but it isn't to turn them into you either. That's a byproduct. That's a side effect of what was really going on there.
And
But now it's using
purposes.
this company to hide what it's doing. That's kind of what I got the impression from Brandon.
Yeah,
Because
Gananga Gap was hired on as a management company. Well, not really hired on per se. Basically, it thinks that it bought the building, but really it was used to help improve, bolster the concealment of the real purpose of the building.
What was the name of the company?
Gananga Gap.
Ganunga Gap. Okay.
Gananga Gap. Yep. It's Ganunga Gap Real
What?
Estate. The Ganunga Gap Real Estate Group is the owner of the building now.
Okay.
This doesn't like anagram to IE your souls or something.
No.
No,
Well, of course not. They're not the right letters, but
no, not at all.
Did you need me to spell it out? Will that help you Google it?
well, yes. I don't know if that's my intent. Please spell.
GINNUNGAGAP. Ganunga Gap.
Yikes.
That one was not generated by a random name generator.
What?
GINNUNGAGAP.
Correct.
Congratulations, you have just won the National Spelling Bee.
Paganunnig. Backwards.
Right. So, yeah. So anyway, I get talk. Shut up.
What? I didn't say anything.
Cancer. It's cancer. He had cancer. He doesn't have cancer anymore. Ask him about it.
What about cancer?
We're going to get cancer?
Cancer is not a known side effect of the infrastructure. I mean,
But
I guess it could potentially
Weirdly.
happen, but that's not something I've observed. I think
What
I'm
about
aware of.
cancer?
I was looking at you, Benji. What
I
about
know.
cancer?
Okay. I'm sorry.
All right. I think we get our point from glitch. Hallucination or glitch? I can't remember. Anyway.
is our impression that Brandon knew about the hidden purpose of the
Yeah. No, he knew
building,
all
or
about it.
just about the
Yeah, that was
soul
definitely
damage
what he was talking about.
part of it.
Yeah. He knew he knows everything about what's going on. He was involved in procuring people for the purposes. He didn't know why. When he found out why, he got out. Well, he claims he started to try and sabotage things before then, but it was impossible to keep it up, and then they fired him because he wasn't selling the right rooms, the right units. But he did.
Well, he wasn't selling all of the units.
Right. Well, he, from what he told me, only some units have this problem, which is probably why people get kidnapped and leave, so that they can put new people in the units.
Oh my gosh, we're like feeding stock.
But this whole weird stuff is a side effect to whatever the real purpose is, apparently.
Yeah, the job that he had was to, and this is Zechariah explaining, the job that he had was to make sure that all of the units, or as close to all the units as possible, were filled. He was unable to do that because he would not sell certain units to, because they were dangerous, caused things to happen to the residents that should not happen.
He said
and
souls. Is that a thing?
oh yeah, souls. Okay, broken souls.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a thing.
that's what happened to us. Like, I didn't think a soul was a real thing. That's something that we have.
Oh gosh, yes. Oh man, I always forget that people don't realize that they have souls. They think it's, well, some of them think that it's nonsense, but yeah, no, it's a real thing. I mean, if without a soul, you turn into a kind of crazy serial killer real fast. Part of the reason that we have so many problems, people lose their souls.
Could you say that last part again?
Carry on.
Did you throw up in your mouth there a little bit,
Well,
Steve?
people who
Yeah, just a little bit.
people who have their souls taken away from them rapidly degenerate. They find that they can't enjoy life's little pleasures anymore, and then they can't get meaning and fulfillment, and then gradually they find they can't even enjoy life's little pleasures, and then at last they just sort of become an emptied husk, and some of them just sort of become zombified, sort of zombie-ish serial killers. Like they're not. It's really unpleasant what happens when you have a soul. Now, a broken soul is pretty bad. It's pretty awful, as I'm sure you've noticed. Some of the things that were so important to you before are just feel meaningless and empty in a way that they weren't before.
Oh,
And-
okay. So you're saying the ones with broken souls, that's us.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
quick question. Does this guy subscribe to the like Mad Men philosophy of having a drinks tray in his office? Or a drinks cart in his office?
A drinks cart? No, this is not Mad Men.
It was worth a chance. Okay. Never mind.
By the way, at a real law firm, that's not really a thing.
Yeah.
Well, they were ad men anyway, but
Yeah. No. It's definitely a thing in attorneys' offices on TV, but
it's
it's-
Eric's universe. I was just trying to drink in it.
got it.
There's always dinner.
Excellent point.
Hey, so Brandon said one last very weird thing to me because I asked him about Gene, and he said that he's not sure where Gene ended up, but that he used to work for the same thing that, or thing, person, it, capital I, it, that Brandon did, which I took to mean the building, but maybe I could be wrong. But he said something very weird. He said that he was concerned that Gene may have fallen, and like that didn't really make sense to me, except in like the kind of the angelic sense. Does that mean anything to you?
I don't know. Does it mean anything to you?
I don't know. It was just a very weird way to put it.
I don't know. He could get. Was he under a lot of pressure and stress when that conversation happened? Because sometimes he'll like make stuff up when he's really stressed out.
Yeah, I mean, I was
deposition
kind of
feelings.
driving a little bit erratically just to get some information.
Okay. Yeah, that might have been part of the thing. I'm sure he didn't mean that, like that Gene is an angel that fell or whatever.
Okay, well, all right,
That's
because he
weird.
didn't
I
like
don't know where
fall
that would
down
come
or
from.
anything, and that it was just a very, I don't know, it was a weird way to put it. Anyway, but he said that that Gene might be coming back after us, depending on exactly what happened to him after he got scared away. But
Yeah, it's worth looking into.
When you say coming back after us, Benji, are you saying like after us? Like
yeah, oh yeah, I think he's coming after us for sure. I think that
Oh, yes. What did I do?
well, okay, me.
Okay, yeah, that's
so
not
not-
better, but
Us is in the royal we, me.
oh, all right.
Fuck, I don't know.
Your friends.
Yeah, like, whoever comes after you guys, I gotta deal with too, right? So same goes the other way around.
oh, wonderful. You'll help
I
me
mean,
with people who like tank my sports equipment, and I get to help you with people who may or may not be like fallen angels.
Yeah, I don't know. Shut up. Anyway,
may or may not be fallen angels. Well, you know how it gets. Like, if you are dedicated to a specific purpose, and then someone, takes over and like eliminates that purpose, you kind of get a little angry.
Yeah.
And so I can imagine that Gene is a little upset that he's been replaced by.
Here's the thing. I don't think Gene's a person. I think Gene's some kind of monster or something. So,
well, anyway, I don't like him. Bring it on, Gene. Screw you, Gene.
Yeah,
that's an interesting sentiment. So, did you find anything interesting on the hard drive at all?
Yeah.
Anything that was okay? What'd you find? No pictures of dogs, right?
What?
Pictures of dogs?
I'm being like flippant the way you guys were about what kind of things you might find on her computer at work.
Oh no, there was a lot of pictures and
any of them incriminating?
No, unfortunately.
It's too much to hope.
Yeah, no, lots of very non-incriminating pictures, unfortunately. But
family and such.
Yeah, there was a couple of emails though. Here, I saved them onto why does the word backdoor come to mind? I don't know what that means. Anyway, right. Yeah.
You were doing all kinds of weird advanced things.
Yeah. Here, I sent myself a link to it. So here, check this out. I bring it up on my phone and I click and it looks like somebody's computer desktop. See, I can see what she's doing on her computer.
That's really cool. I can't manipulate it though.
No, I can't do anything.
Oh, well. What's this? And he's pointing at the like secret folder that you couldn't get open.
Yeah. I couldn't get that open.
Oh, you couldn't get. Oh man. I'll bet if we could figure out a way of getting into that file, but it's like what you said was retinal scan or no, it was password and facial recognition.
Yeah.
Out of character.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tricky to do.
Well, but we don't have to. That's the thing. That's why this is so genius. Is all we have to do is create a scenario where she needs to look in there.
Oh, okay. Well, that might do it. Yeah, that might do it.
But we would kind of have to know or have a good idea of what might be in there.
Well, yeah. What do we think is in there?
I don't know.
The Shroud of Turin. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but it's not as easy to bait someone to go and get their Shroud of Turin as it is to, like if it's a client list or something like that.
Listen, I have a feeling, and this is just because of everything that we've seen so far about the building. I have a feeling that whatever is in there has to do with the bad stuff that their company is doing. I think that's the thing she's really trying to hide. That's why it's so.
That seems quite likely.
Because even getting into that office was very difficult.
Well, you could try rubber hose decryption.
What?
Well, what you do is you kidnap her and possibly also her family, and you hit them with a rubber hose until she gives you access to the file. Rubber hose decryption.
It's a little dark, but I mean, we can put a pin in that.
She's breaking souls, or is at least part of the company that is breaking souls.
Yeah, but I'm assuming her kids aren't.
Well, no, they probably aren't involved. I mean, I think also her husband is like an EMT, so it's kind of hard to hate him too much. But
if we pick the password part, I mean, Abby could maybe do the face part, right?
What?
Ooh, that's an interesting idea, and one that doesn't involve.
What about Abby?
Hey, Zechariah. So we found out that Abby can change how she looks.
No
The-
way.
Oh,
The front desk lady.
that's
We
interesting.
strongly suspect. I tried
Okay.
to talk to her today and tried to kind of hint that we had that suspicion and maybe see if she would admit she was there last night, but I didn't do so good on that.
How did we find that out?
I think it was a nicely timed hangover.
Yeah, I think that was what it was. You were surprised that she was hungover.
Oh,
Then remember, she was away from her desk, and she's never away from her desk
Yeah.
right.
during the time that event happened. So you haven't like gotten absolute confirmation of it, but you
Jesus,
strongly
Steve,
suspect.
you were there.
Yeah, I know.
Nice dedication to playing your character.
Sorry, man.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
I played an absent-minded character that had a short attention span, and I didn't know what the hell was going on in that game in real life because I was trying to stay in character and just would like deliberately ignore things. And
Yeah,
miss
listen.
plot
Yeah,
points.
I have a problem with that though. I can't not have 10 theories about each thing that's happening in the game.
Yeah.
Very, very different.
So listen, I know something else about Abby. She this is something that I got out of Brandon. She's like us for sure. And she
Not
she
one
can't
not an angel. Not like Gary, like us.
Gary's just a guy.
well, not for long.
They're
But anyway, but there's something about what happened to her means that they got her under their thumb, and she can't leave. Apparently her unit is like the worst one.
Oh, poor Abby.
Yeah.
This day sucks.
I might
Steve is having a really bad day.
tonight.
What was that?
I might be able to talk with Abby tonight.
yeah, we just go to the desk. She's always there.
Well, dude, don't talk to her there.
No, I'm not going to talk to her there. She slipped me a card where she said she would be having dinner tonight.
Dinner with Abby.
Yes, my dinner with Andy or with Abby.
Your dinner with Abby.
My loyalty touchstone.
Sure you don't want company?
I don't want company because it seems highly rude to invite somebody else along on something that she might be nervous about. But at the same point, it would be good to maybe not have a backup plan
Okay,
in case this isn't what it seems.
When I was
Tamsin, give me a wits or intelligence plus empathy,
Me,
or wits, I guess would work. Yeah, you.
wits plus empathy. Excellent.
Yep.
Nothing.
Okay. You get a feeling that maybe it wouldn't be terrible for Steve to be there. Remember her cup? What the mug that she now always has at her desk was a gift from him.
Okay. Yeah, you should come with Steve.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you seem to really like your witty repartee with your pancakes. Though that could have been the wine. But I'm sure
Probably helped, but
maybe there'll be margaritas and she'll find you even more charming.
yeah.
Well,
I asked her earlier about the lawsuit and if she was, why she wasn't going to join it, or her thoughts on that. She said it was kind of personal, but then like closed up, and there's a security camera there, so she might have
Yeah.
been willing, but not at that particular location to say more.
I'm betting that's what this is about.
Mhm.
yeah. You guys need to worry about your OPSEC a little bit better here.
My OPSAC.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't matter. just be more careful where you talk about shit like this. All right.
I wasn't talking about shit like this there. I was saying that I was just talking about the weather and asking how her day was and telling
See-
about my cruddy commute and then she secretly slipped me the card. Well,
Yeah. This was not directed at you, Tamsin.
Oh.
This was directed at these two.
Sorry, I'm a little touchy. I found
I
out that my soul is damaged.
Well, it would be great. I have a soul, and it's been broken.
For business, it's plastered all over the apartment complex.
But she's supposed to be on their side.
I was asking what her thoughts were on it.
But she's supposed to be like under their thumb, I think.
All right, you two shut up, and you shut up too. I'm looking left
Cancer!
for some reason.
What?
Cancer.
Apparently, Benji has the conch. Let's let him speak.
Yes, the conch.
The talking stick, you know. Shit. I forgot what I was gonna say now. Sorry.
Like in character or out of character?
Probably both.
So we are meeting with Abby, and you know, maybe instead of kidnapping her family, we could just watch and see what happens on the desktop until she opens it.
It could take a while, depending on how often she does business in that particular folder.
Yeah.
How many files there are and some other stuff. But...
Listen.
We have time?
I got an idea. All right.
Okay.
So this is this is a good plan. Okay. If we have some idea of what's in there, we might be able to hurry it along. There's this trick that people use sometimes, and it looks like he's kind of just trying to talk over something. That if you tell someone that something is missing, then they go look.
Social engineering, or one of the forms of social engineering.
So as long as we
right.
tell her it's missing, she won't think it's missing?
Yeah. So something that happened while we were in there is we had to I had to force a password reset. So wherever she was, she probably saw that she had to reset her password, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we couldn't help but probably leave some the next time she's in there, she'll probably just feel a little odd because we were in there, like you can't rustle around somebody's office without leaving some kind of trace or whatever. So as long as she goes to her office, if we can find some way to subtly hint that something was messed with, she'll go look.
Oh, well.
We just gotta figure out some way to subtly give her the creeps about to give her one last little push to
if it's some secret folder and she thinks someone's been in her office, wouldn't she want to check it out to make sure it's safe?
Exactly.
So you're saying she already has reason to look?
Well, yeah, but I'm not sure it's enough. I'm not sure how perceptive she is.
So are you thinking like letter sent with like cut out newspaper letters spelling out the words?
I did use the word subtle. That is not subtle.
I don't know.
There's not a subtle thing.
Are you talking about starting up discussions about Photoshop with an earshot?
Hey, Zechariah,
Yes.
have you sent her a complaint yet?
Oh, we're still gathering information at this point.
Can you? Can oh
You
oh
could,
oh oh
you could
oh
intimate that
hey
we have
hey.
some special knowledge.
Can you send her a thing? I've seen this before. Can you send her a thing that says that she has to retain her documents or something? Like, don't destroy documents?
The retention notice, I think that's what it's called for a long time.
Yeah.
Or
And-
investigation or whatever.
Yeah, and make specific reference to hidden files on her computer. Or something like that. Figure out some lawyer way to say it.
Okay. I'll noodle on that a little bit.
Because
Why don't you talk to
if you
why
can
don't you
do
go ahead and
that,
talk to Abby, because she is one that I haven't been able to get access to.
right?
She works about 20 hours a day, I think.
Should one of us just keep an eye on the thing all the time, the computer, just in case she goes in there and fucks us?
Well, that's why I have office assistants for.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. And then if this doesn't work, rubber hose.
Maybe.
Hey, if Zachariah said it, it's a good idea.
Rubber.
Oh, Zechariah.
Oh, loyalty touchstones. They get you. They get you in so much trouble sometimes. All right. So
He's
let's
my
go ahead and do
loyalty
dinner real quick
touchstone,
before
too.
we run out of time for that.
Dinner.
Dinner. All right. So it sounds like it's going to be Steve and Tamsin.
Yeah.
All right.
Not going to go badly at all.
This is going to be a great dinner.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Oh
Abby-
no, I'm excited in character.
Abby is waiting in sort of a corner. I mean, it's the Monday after 4th of July. It's not a very busy restaurant right now.
Yeah.
A lot of restaurants are just flat out closed. This one is open but sparsely populated.
Hi, Abby.
Hi. Hey.
Hope you don't mind. I ended up bringing Steve because
Hey.
Oh no!
I heard
Steve
some
could be
people
here
were eating.
anytime.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve. Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Abby.
Yeah, I would have invited you, but you know it's hard to do that when I'm at the desk.
If there's food, I'm usually there anyway.
Yeah.
So you're good.
So,
Covered.
She pulls out a cell phone and makes it very clear that it's off.
I pull up my cell phone and I turn it off.
I take out my cell phone and I guess I also turn it off. But I look very confused about why I'm doing that.
Okay. Well, let's get some drinks and order food. So we do that.
That's good.
Okay. Yeah.
You said you'd buy the first
Oh.
round, right, Steve?
Oh yeah, no, you guys go nuts.
So one of your friends tried to talk to me today. That was a bad idea.
Oh. Yeah, there's cameras everywhere, aren't they? There.
Yes, and microphones. Here's a fun game you can try playing sometime when you're alone in your condo. Is turn on the shower so that it steams up the room, and look for the little dot on the mirror that isn't fogged up. That's the camera.
Oh, that is messed up. They have cameras and
I lip sync in there.
Huh?
are-
I missed that, Rachel.
I lip sync in there to show
Still
to.
missed that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not sure that they care. But yeah, they do monitor you very closely. All of us very closely.
Who exactly does the monitoring?
Ganungagap.
Oh,
Yeah, the real estate group that owns the building.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, the word, you wrote it down.
Oh, yes, I did.
So if I'm a little cagey when I'm there, that's why.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I don't want to be terminated.
Wait,
Gotcha.
If I'm terminated, I don't have to refresh my resume. They just find a new job for me at another company.
would
They probably round up my family. Huh?
do you need us to do anything to help your family?
I don't know that there's much point, but I just wanted to let you know exactly what level of danger you're in. They change people, and then they sell them off to organizations who basically hold their families hostage and make them do who knows what. I don't even know. But yeah, human trafficking, basically. So the Jones, yeah, I'm afraid that little girl is going to be like basically have to do psychic power stuff specifically so that her parents don't get hurt. That's her life now.
Were you someone who developed special powers, or was it a family member?
Give me a either empathy or persuasion and presence.
We think she can shapeshift.
Hold on. You said empathy or persuasion plus what?
Plus presence.
Should I be rolling this too, or is this?
Yeah, you can do that too.
Okay.
You can do it too.
Persuasion plus presence.
Please tell me you rolled well.
I am good at that roll. Give me a sec. I only got one.
That's better than
Yeah.
what I got.
Okay.
Well, I have unusual capabilities. Big one, and I'm not sure if you noticed, is I don't need to sleep. Is why they can work me 20 hours a day, and I only get time off to take a break, basically go to the bathroom or eat. If I'm not at the desk, it's either because of that or because I'm covering for her, Karen.
And
Karen.
you can look like her, can't you?
Yes.
She
sends me anywhere that she doesn't really have time or desire to be, like pancake dinners, discussing lawsuits.
I am so sorry about those pancakes.
They're great.
You don't really think that, do you?
I assume they were great. I don't have any sense of taste. Probably has to do with the fact that I have to drink gasoline all the time. Also, consequence of the changes that I've suffered. Not the worst one.
I understand a little.
Yeah.
I like dark, tight spaces very much.
Yeah.
So your family is...
I have a sister.
And she's someplace with Ganungagap?
No.
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 He's in town.
She's safe for now because I'm being kept in line. I'm on sides. As long as I remain on sides, as long as I remain employed with Kanunga, they don't have any need to turn my family over to the tender mercies of other worse organizations.
I see.
But, it's pretty easy. Karen is, that she thinks very long and hard about revealing this, but loyalty touchstones. When you were a kid and your mom would, when you knew you were in real trouble, when your mom would call you by your full first, middle, and last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will do anything that they say if they invoke my full name. That's why Karen insists on calling me Abigail. It's not just being a jerk. It's a threat. It's a warning. It's a reminder that she can make me do whatever she wants anytime just by invoking my name.
And that's why you want us to call you Abby.
Yes. I've always been called Abby.
Abby's just a nicer name.
Yes.
Abigail sounds very, very, very wooden, very,
Yeah.
Amish.
Amish. Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm going with it. Amish. Yeah.
I've had
Definitely.
probably like 2 margaritas at this point.
I mean, yeah, so I wish I could get out from under their thumb. I don't see any real way of doing that. I mean, this lawsuit is going to go nowhere. They're smart. They don't just leave files on their computer that just are incriminating.
Anything we found this time, anything we've found so far, they pretty much wanted us to find.
Well, I mean, they probably know that you were looking, unfortunately. Again, surveillance.
Just move out.
Yeah, that doesn't help, unfortunately.
They follow you.
Well, it's not that they follow you. You have any idea how hard it is to get a place when you don't have a credit history anymore, where it's been wrecked? They can manufacture all sorts of allegations and all sorts of records that make you look really awful, and they blackmail you with some of it, where they make it so that you just can't find another place. Can't find another place anywhere. Unless you move in with family, and then they kidnap the family and I mean, once you're broken, they have no reason to keep you in the condo anymore, except that they haven't found a good buyer for you yet. Or someone like me, where I'm useful.
Oh,
So it's
I
just
see.
a matter of time at this point.
so
It's
yeah.
one at a time.
I think it's fair to say this has possibly been the worst day of my entire life.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
I thought it was missing the team by just seconds, but nope, this is worse. This is worse.
That hollow feeling.
Everything I've worked for my entire life is no longer possible, and I just decided to look for roommates on Craigslist instead. I would have. Yeah. I'm gonna need some time.
Hey, Abby. Uh, there isn't any way of being able to tell if they're making you look bad, right? Or is there?
I mean, I think it would be kind of hard to be sure. I mean, just depending on their, I don't know, like I haven't found a way out. That's not really like, again, they can just say my name and then I just do whatever they say. But I mean, I can't imagine that they're that sloppy about it. They've could probably come up with something for just about anyone.
I mean, even him, he's pretty famous. So
Yeah,
here.
but he also has some baggage. Um, I don't know how they're how I mean like he doesn't remember. Do you remember?
I don't.
Yeah, so like he doesn't even know what his life was like before. They could pretty much make up what they wanted, right? At least from his perspective.
Yeah, and that's why I'm wondering if any of the what of it could be made up. If there's any way of telling, would that be in the building somewhere? Or
I doubt it. I don't think it'd be. I mean, I don't think it'd be obvious. Again, this is not my area of specialty. I mean, I know that they do these sorts of things, but I don't know how capable they are or how thorough they are. I don't know whether the serial killer stories are real or whether they're just blackmail made up stories to keep you from escaping.
What serial killer story?
yeah,
Oh, well, you were there, but you must have been pretty drunk too. Like the rumors about Steve Powers, right? Steve Powers, the comedian, the killer comedian.
Not really. I haven't been paying attention to anything that isn't winter sports related for about 3 years.
Okay.
I just found this out.
You just found out you're a serial
This is
killer?
probably not something I should be just talking about.
No, I just found out that there's a large contingent of people on the internet who think that I am. But there's no. I also found out I've been married 5 times. That's weird. I don't even recognize any of the women.
Hey, Eric.
Yes.
I'm going to grab well, hopefully these are paper napkins and not cloth napkins, because otherwise I'm going to be a huge jerk right here. But I'm going to quick scribble on a piece of paper. Is it possible he's already working for them? Flip it over and slide it to Abby. Like secretly, so you can't see it, hopefully.
Okay, so yeah, you're asking her whether she thinks Steve is working for them?
Yes.
Let's see here.
Kind of a dick move, just saying.
I'm just trying to decide what Abby would think on this one. Give me a second.
Loyalty touchstone.
Okay.
I'm coming for your loyalty touchdowns. That's what
I'm just saying, you just said you don't remember anything. I don't know what to expect here. Maybe this means you've been like implanted into our group to try and get us to trust you, and then you're gonna like serial kill us all because you're their executioner or something like that.
I don't think so.
Okay, I take the napkin back and I eat it.
I think it's paper.
Oh,
Abby should have eaten.
I eat my napkin too.
Well, I wasn't going
It
to
tastes better than a wallet. It's a standard procedure.
Abby eats all the time.
Just be like,
If you ever find yourself in somebody else's body, you eat their wallet. That's just how you do it. Tell that story some other time. Run a little on time. Okay.
fine, I don't eat it. I shove it in my glass
Okay.
so the ink runs.
All right.
Crap. No, I
Okay.
I live under a loud serial killer. I can't even complain. He's gonna kill me. Sick my
Serially.
I just don't think it's true.
Okay.
I've talked to Steve a couple times. I've eaten his pancakes. He just doesn't seem like the serial killer type. Is he kind of mean? Well, he's a comedian. I mean, but like,
Lousy upstairs neighbor. Sorry.
He's right.
there's
Thank
something
you.
else going on.
Thank you, Abby. I
Yeah.
appreciate that one of us is able to think past these slanderous allegations.
Allegations.
I'm just saying, like a couple of months ago, I'm not sure the actual like time this would have been, but a couple of months ago, I heard a really, really loud noise upstairs that sounded like somebody getting shot and dying.
Oh, well,
Really?
So
was there a body?
it didn't fall through the
No.
ceiling.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm sure that I'm not in maintenance. I mean,
Look,
like I've heard that
I
you could like
remember-
dissolve a body in acid, but
I
that's-
remember most of my time here, and I'm pretty sure I didn't. Like, I'd remember that. I think.
Do you
I'm
remember
pretty sure I would remember that. Probably.
how long ago do
Okay.
you remember?
Oh, it's just most of the old stuff that's gone.
Oh,
A lot of the new stuff sticks around. That's why I still know who you people are
that's
most of the time.
good.
Uh,
Maybe we should do this again.
Okay, I would say that this is coming to play again.
Oh,
Your own cohort is basically paranoid and worried that you're going to murder them. And that
Yeah.
you're one of us is a spy, and it's definitely you. Okay. All right. I mean, so this lawsuit, I'm sure, is just a dead end. I mean, it's like, where are you going to get the information that you need to prove anything?
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Tell her. It's Lefty
Shut up,
handwriting.
Lefty.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't remember is the problem.
She
Exactly.
works for them.
Yes, yeah.
Also, pour out the glass, says Lefty.
I'm
The
not
silverware.
there.
Still the oh, you're not even there.
Not there.
Sorry. I don't know why I forgot. Oh my gosh.
I
Sorry,
appreciate
I have-
your instinct, but I'm not there.
You're right. You're right. I'm totally a terrible GM and forgetting where you are.
It would be funny though if Lefty just starts saying, "Pour out the glass." I'm driving. What do you mean?
Okay. Anyway.
You're like at the grocery store or something like that. Pour out the glass.
Some
What,
poor
of
lady
pickles?
with Coke snatched.
Anyway. So are you going to let her know about the secret files or anything of that nature, or the break-in? How much do you trust Abby?
It sounded like she already said that there's nothing there.
I
Well,
just, yeah,
that's what she knows, but she doesn't necessarily know what's in the office.
not yet. I mean, I'm not rolling it out for the future, but not yet.
Not yet.
Well, I'm not.
Oh, you're not telling her yet. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I will say
Then dinner will end without her revealing the last piece of information that is relevant to her. We'll get that. We'll get to that some other time.
Aw.
it's been a very tough couple of moments, and
It has been a busy day.
I'm not really sure who or what to trust, but I would like to have dinner with Abby again. Maybe we can try.
Another time.
I don't know, Ty, because now
Maybe.
I'm curious how hot she can take.
Wait, what?
She has no sense of taste. And now Rachel, being Rachel, has decided that her character is interested in whether she can handle really, really, really spicy food because she has no sense of taste.
Okay.
I'm not playing with the NPC. I'm just
You've been gaming with Rachel for how long?
curious.
Yeah.
I'm stress testing her.
I mean, someday it might be important to know how horrible a thing that she can eat is, you know?
If we need to dispose of files or like microfilm.
Or a nuclear weapon, or
Microfilm.
Well, Abby,
You guys
eat it.
are hilarious, by the way. Okay, so I think we're going to wrap up dinner then.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
I just kind of want to go home, turn out the lights in my bathroom, accidentally stick an inspirational cling that is not very transparent on top of that part of my mirror, and sit in the shower rocking back and forth while crying for like 2 hours. And then I'll be good.
Vignette?
getting close to Vignette, yep. All right, we're going to do one little additional thing before we get to Vignette. So that night, at about 3 a.m, you have a flash of a vision of the interior of William's apartment, wherein he is looking directly at Abby, and she is with Karen and the movers, who have assembled in his condo and are starting to move stuff around, and he's lying on the floor in pain, and it appears has lost the capability of using his abilities, and he's kind of whispering to Abby, why? And she points at him. It could be Karen says, Abigail, do it. And she points at him, and all of a sudden the telepathy link cuts. And that is where we will end. So, Vignette.
Who had this vision? What?
This is all of you having a vision of William basically being moved tonight while you guys were sleeping.
Well, guess he's out of the lawsuit.
Remember, he was the one that was, the one that you guys set up to be the one that was the problem.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you
He was the expendable one.
He was the expendable one. I needed a red shirt. You can tell by how much I focused fire on him and made him such a major character. I needed someone to reveal information. So Vignette.
You can shapeshift and finger of death.
I'm sorry? You can shapeshift and what?
You can shapeshift and finger of death.
It wasn't finger of death. You get the sense that the telepathic ability disappeared.
Well, we don't know that. He could have died, and that would have the same effect.
Yes, that's true too. That's true.
I have a feeling that you don't want to do a vignette of what we just saw.
I could do that, or you could do something else.
I mean that's the one that comes to mind.
Yeah, there isn't really that much else, unless it'd be like trainer guy talking to his wife, or
yeah, Gary,
or another board meeting where they decide to do whatever is just happening. I don't have a strong opinion.
Yeah. Whatever seems to work best narratively.
Okay. I guess we could probably do the abduction.
All right.
Who wants to take which roles?
Well, I'll take the mover again.
To be what? Patrols?
Take which roles?
Oh.
I think.
Roles. Yeah, which roles? No trolls are involved here.
I mean, I have fun Karening, but I can be somebody else too.
I'll be William.
Okay, so Mark is going to be William. Rachel is going to be Karen.
Sure.
We've got, what the hell is his name? The mover.
I'll play the mover.
Okay.
Holds the mover.
Dunk.
That leaves Abigail.
Yeah, I suppose so. All right. And I will add flavor commentary from the other movers as needed.
All right, where are we starting?
I'd be.
Let's start where William has decided that he doesn't want to move.
At 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m. on zero notice.
By surprise.
No, I think I'm not gonna move.
I don't think you understand. That's not the conversation that we're having right now. In fact, this isn't really a conversation at all.
You should just go along with this.
You've been a great tenant, and we've been happy to have you here. But you've become a bit of a liability, and we think it's best that you are relocated elsewhere in one of our fabulous facilities.
Just listen to reason.
You're moving.
But
Congratulations.
Put some fight in it.
After every line, I just want to say finger of death. And scene.
Pyrokinesis, telekinesis are your abilities. And you're a coactive, so you can jack those up as much as you want.
what did you say the powers are?
You have telekinesis and pyrokinesis.
Oh, okay.
Something else involved as well.
And telepathy.
Oh, and telepathy, of course. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, let's force field up. Make me.
Wrong answer.
Really?
And Dunk gets really big and puts a fist through your force field into your face.
Oh, my face.
It probably breaks your jaw. He's very strong.
Yes, I crumpled down to the floor. Surprise. No one's supposed to break through that.
1 second.
I mean,
That was not very
Yeah.
civilized. You're giving you a new
Okay.
opportunity.
Can we make flame out of his finger or something?
I stomp
By
on
the
your
way, yeah,
hand.
you could in a moment. So just as you might know, Karen, Abigail has an ability to shut down a deviant's variations one at a time. She just basically needs to point. Of course, she has to be convinced to do so because she doesn't actually want to be here any more than she usually does. But her free will is not really relevant. You just have to invoke her full name, Abigail Josephine Steen, and she will do whatever you told her to.
Abigail, you need to shut down that force field.
I don't want to shut down the force field. He's
I
not a
think I
bad
know, Abigail.
person.
Abigail?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm used to having a role in these. I don't really have one.
Okay. I'll go with I don't want to shut down that force field. He's not a bad person. Or whatever you said.
Short line.
I gotta try and set the apartment on fire.
Abigail, take care of that immediately.
Fine. Point.
All right, your fire goes out. Your fire powers go out.
The carpet smokes a little bit.
The TK2, do it.
Just listen. I'm
He's
talking to William.
He's gonna start throwing stuff around in a second.
Abigail, let's make this as quiet as possible. It's the middle of the night and we don't want to disturb other people's sleep.
You are way too good at this, Rachel.
I'm having... What was her full name again, Eric?
Abigail Josephine Steen.
Abigail Josephine Steen.
Finger.
Telekinesis goes away.
That's all of it, right? That's all we see.
Like try and scream in your brains or something so you can't concentrate.
Say as far as
No, don't do that. What are you doing?
God damn it.
Abigail.
We didn't know about that one. Shit. I wonder
You need
whose
to
brain he's been in.
Abigail, now.
Oh, we need to lock this fucker down.
Noses are bleeding.
Finger.
Ears
Finger.
are popping.
And of
Noses are
scene.
bleeding.
Noses are bleeding. All right. Well, that was fun. There was a lot of that happened in that session. Oh my gosh.
Wow, we were on task
We
too.
were on task the whole time.
Most of it was planned.
No
Yeah,
random
I know.
tangent.
We didn't get around to doing the sabotage, but other than that, everything I had on my list was totally done. And a
Oh,
little
that's
bit of
true.
stuff
We
on-
still have to do the sabotage.
Yeah.
Leaves an aspiration.
All right, so that's going to be. Were there any other aspirations involved? Sorry, let me stop.
Would you say that I've technically befriended Abby at this point?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's fair.
She's
Woo!
sharing
Aspirations.
secrets with you.
Yeah. Any other aspirations that were done?
I already got mine.
Yeah.
All right, my new aspiration is to sabotage an apartment.
Yep, I got that on there.
And you researched whether you're a serial killer.
Yeah.
All
I think I need to dig more into that.
Yeah.
Yes,
quite
I agree.
probably.
I'm gonna find Gene.
Before Gene finds us.
Yeah, I think I need to be proactive about this. Well, in character, I think I need to be proactive about this.
Out of character, you probably think you need to be
well,
proactive about
He's
this.
he's also one of my conviction touchstones. So if you want stuff to happen to Gene, I will definitely be on board.
Okay. Let's
All right.
let's reset aspirations real quick. So Tamsin, what's your plan for next week?
Sabotage an apartment.
Sabotage an apartment. You're gonna go with the A plot. Okay. This is
Yeah,
a
I
conduit,
mean-
yeah.
I also want to continue chatting with Abby, but I can only pick one aspiration at a time,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Soul.
I put the sabotage the home inspection because that's what I know about. But if I know about any Gene tactics, I would be more up for that. For touchstone
Well,
reasons.
Well, I think just doing it for the touchstone stuff would be.
Let's say that you and I were talking about that while they were out with Abby.
Okay. So find Gene.
So then,
Benji said that you find Gene. Steve.
I am gonna need to do some more digging on my past.
Find out if it's real.
That's yeah. I need to find out if it's real or not.
You can just look for signs or Google what signs make you a serial killer, and just see if you have like bloody shirts and knives or whatnot hidden away. Secret.
No,
places like
he needs to go visit his living wife.
Ooh, that sounds like a fun field trip.
Um,
That could be awkward.
how? Yeah. How realistic is that? Is she around, or is she someplace far away that I'm gonna need to? I guess more what I'm asking is that a door that we want to kick down soon, or is
Right
that
now?
something that we want to save for a little bit later in the game? Eric?
I'll make a note of it as something that you might be doing in the very near future. I mean,
Okay.
I'm flexible. You know, I'll figure out a way of tying it in.
Okay.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I just want to see that scene. It's going to be amazing.
Gosh.
One way or the other.
Yeah. That's 3 beats apiece.
All right. So that puts us at 3 experience and 1 beat.
Oh, okay, that's right, because I didn't change mine from before. 3 beat or 3 experience, 1 beat.
That was actually a question though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. And I think that's about that.
All right.
Again, I'm Eric Sawadsky. I'm the developer on the Deviant the Renegades game line. This is my tabletop group.
I'm Jake. I'm a guy in his basement.
I'm Noel. I play Benji.
Mark, I'm playing Solomon.
Rachel, I'm playing Tamsin.
Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. So does anyone have any conflicts 2 weeks from now?
Nope.
I can't think of anything.
Quarantine has really cleared out our schedules for the most part. But anyway, okay. See you
Don't leave
hopefully in
the
a couple
house.
weeks.